Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
We've got Zaheer Khan joining us. Our pal Zach is normally sitting with us on Cricbuzz Live, but today he's here in a different role as Director of Cricket. Mumbai Indians is, hey, you guys left it late, man. You had us all worried a little bit.
Why was that? We had completely proper kind of a structure and a plan there. It took a lot of patience, I must say, but I'm glad that in the end the patience have paid off. By the way, the squad is looking now. I hope that you guys are also happy to see what we've been doing and what we've been trying to achieve.
Well, here's the thing, right? I mean, Mumbai is show business. So in true show business style, you guys were hanging around at the beginning of the party. You didn't show up, showed up fashionably late and made quite an entrance, didn't you? Quite a splash and a bang. I think Simon has a question.
I just thinking, Zach, I mean, not everything plays out as exactly how you think it's going to in the auction. You've got to have some backup strategies. How many backup strategies did you have, and how many scenarios do you kind of write down on a bit of paper to go through if scenario one doesn't work?
Too many, I think. This auction, this was my first big auction, and I didn't really expect it to be so tough. You can say that that there were a lot of, when you have so many good players going, it's hard to keep control on yourself and then saying that, okay, we have it covered, we have the plan, and we just stick with that. So yeah, it is one of the most difficult things to do, but you just got to hope for the best and trust the plan and have that kind of dynamic planning also in mind and have trust in that as well. So I think that's what we did, and that's what we achieved. There were certain players, and particularly the bowlers with the two new teams being there also were pretty much in demand. And yes, you can safely say that in terms of anticipation of certain prizes and certain players, we did go wrong in terms of analyzing pre-auction about how much they're going to go. Like bowlers actually were going for so much premium. We didn't really anticipated that, but it all worked out in the end. We still had a fallback strategies in place. Obviously, you can see that the narrative is pretty straightforward and clear. We believe in the young talent. We have someone like Ishan Kishan who has been with the franchise for a while, has grown as a player, and now I think he's at the right stage to take his cricket to the next level. So we wanted him to be there, part of the setup. Jofra and Bumrah, I mean, this is like a dream combination you can imagine.
Yeah, we want to ask you specifically about that, Zach. Specifically, is it now? Yeah. Is this what's happening? Are we going to be playing T16? Will your opposition just give up at the end of the 16th over, saying, listen, there's 2 of Bumrah, 2 of Archer, we just give up now? That's it? We just declare at the end of the 16th over. Is that what you're going for?
Well, GK, you still have to play the game to the best of your ability. So I think the game itself dictates that. But it's been a great combination. With 2 of the best world-renowned bowlers coming together and bowling in tandem is something which anyone would love to see, and I'm glad that we've managed to achieve that. We'll have to wait for it a bit longer, but I think it's worth the wait.
It's that Christmas present, Zach. It's that Christmas present that you've been given this year, but you can't open it till next year.
Hey, listen, don't say till next year, because you never know. The IPL has been happening every 6 months for the last year and a half, right? I hope that doesn't happen, but if it does, sorry, Harsha, you had a question.
You still, when you look at that squad,
my only question.
You can see that all the bases are covered. So I think I'm very happy with the way.
My only question to Zach.
Harsha?
My only question to Zach, since after a long time I was watching a series, was Zach the professor behind that heist of?
He's been watching Money Heist.
But more seriously, Zach, Money Heist. At last, I'm always late. But Zach, more specifically, there were a couple of players I wanted to ask you about that everyone's talking about now. One is this left-arm spinner Sanjay Yadav, but everyone's talking about Tilak Verma. Yeah, Parthiv Patel can't stop going into rhapsodies about Tilak Verma. Tell us about these 2 young players.
Yes, I think Tilak Verma is someone who has been doing really well at the domestic circuit. He's been very consistent with his performances. Has played under 19 for India a few years back. So we've been tracking him since then, and we felt that the time is right now to get him in the setup. And then that was a very clear cut plan for us, and I'm glad that we could have him and things worked out for us. Similarly with someone like Brevis as well, his exciting young talent has been that impact player of this under-19 World Cup. Certainly, we feel that has got a bright future ahead of him with our setup as well. We've seen over the years, we've believed in young talent, we've nurtured them, we've given them the platform to really absorb all the knowledge which we have going around in our setup with all the senior players. So I think it's a good balance of youth and experience when you look at the squad.
How excited are you to work with Jaydev Unadkat as well? Because he's a player that has, I think, long been one of the best domestic bowlers in the Indian setup, but I just think at times he hasn't quite come to terms with the IPL. How excited are you to work with him?
Well, I think the IPL experience certainly counts. That's something which we kept in mind. That also gives you a flexibility as well about the uncertainties of the season. That's something which you can't really plan from now, but you do need options and a thought process around that. So Jaydev Unadkat was that kind of a thought process, for us. He's been around. He knows exactly. He's a seasoned first-class campaigner. Plays most of the games. Has been around in the IPL circuit as well. Has played test matches for India as well. So you have that kind of backup. To be in the squad is always going to be valuable.
Which other team, Zach, when you guys were discussing, which other team do you think did well with their auction strategy?
Well, I think most of the teams have got it pretty spot on, isn't it? And certain players which you have it on your radar goes out of your reach, and then you have to kind of realign yourself to the next best possible thing for you. So those kind of things happen. But I think generally, if you look at it, the auction was pretty much about the playing 11, and also there was some rebuilding phase also certain teams are going through. So they had thought that in mind. Tried to address those kind of areas. It was pretty evident with Punjab as well. How they've approached with their squad. It was good to see Lucknow having such a clarity in terms of filling in their playing 11. I think I felt they were very spot on in terms of going as quickly as possible. They're new in the whole IPL scenario, so having that clarity really matters. KKR, I think, was very early to make their inroads, and being very brave in terms of bidding. Also, we had to really fight hard for Tim David as well. So I think all the teams are doing their research and are pretty clear when it comes to putting up strategies and putting up their squads.